Have you ever been told there's no medicine for someone like you? Well, every year, thousands of people suffering from Lyme disease are told their symptoms are all in their head. Now, a new documentary is out about the impact of the disease. The film, called Under Our Skin, is now playing at the Silver Docks Festival in Silver Spring. With us is filmmaker Andy Abrahams-Wilson. We also have Mandy Hughes, a Lyme disease patient and a subject in the film. And thank you both for being here with us. Mandy, how many doctors did you see before you were appropriately diagnosed with Lyme disease?
Oh, I'd say about 15.
What did they tell? 15 doctors?
Some see more. It's, there's usually a laundry list of various different symptoms that really, it makes the job a little more difficult for a physician. So they may key on one or two of those symptoms and try to identify or put a disease to that. And it really doesn't take the whole picture into account. So you can see how this disease can become debilitating.
And if I might jump in here, yes. Mandy's not alone in this. We interviewed hundreds of Lyme sufferers, and it would be one thing if Mandy's story was unique, that she was the only one who saw 15 doctors before she was correctly diagnosed with Lyme disease. But this happens over and over again. And 15 is a somewhat conservative number.
This is some video of the film, a clip from the film. But what was disturbing in reading about Under Our Skin is that, one, the cost of Lyme disease to the people, to the nationwide economy, but the fact that there are some doctors who totally dismiss it and blame the patient, calling you contributing to the Lyme hysteria. I don't understand the medical community reacting that way.
Well, I want to know why that's okay.
Yes.
This doesn't happen with any other disease. If someone has cancer, you don't make it their problem. I think, though, if you look at history of diseases, that is the case with many diseases. It was the case with AIDS. AIDS was once a disease that wasn't taken seriously and that was stigmatized. And I think that's where we're at with Lyme disease. And we want this film to be the media event, the thing that really turns the tide, and so that Lyme disease does become something that everybody is aware of. And that
but the CDC is aware of it, and you say that they're underreporting the cases of Lyme disease.
Severely.
Why is that?
Well,
what's in it for them to underreport it?
Well, I think one of the biggest problems is that the tests are bad. So that people who might have symptoms, they go to their doctor, the doctor does some tests, comes back negative. But they're not negative, or they're not necessarily negative. In fact, the standard tests miss about 50% of cases. So that's really big. And so the implications are that thousands and thousands of people are walking around, or not walking around, may better be the case, with Lyme disease, and they're not aware of it, and they're not getting treated.
Mandy, 15 doctors later, you're finally diagnosed correctly. How long after the diagnosis and then treatment for Lyme disease did you notice a beneficial change in your outlook, in your health?
I'd say it was 2 years into therapy. And, obviously everyone's therapy differs because of their symptoms. But, I'd progressed to a state of being in a wheelchair and bedridden. So at that point, you need some pretty aggressive therapy to be able to come back around.
Well, we're glad to see you looking like you do, healthy. And again, the film is called Under Our Skin. This is not a minor health problem. This is major, and it's playing at the Silver Docks Film Festival in Silver Spring. Take it in. We have a list of all the shows on our website at WUSA9.com.